Hello and welcome to LiveWire's Outlook series for 2024. I'm Ali Selby.
And I'm James Marley, and whether you're a bull, a bear, a tortoise or a hare, this video is for you.
In this video, you'll be finding out whether 12 of the country's finest investors are feeling bullish or bearish for the year ahead so that you can navigate a new era of lower growth and higher rates.
Looking forward to 2024, are you bullish or bearish? Why?
Bullish to 2024. As we go forward into the new year, we see the prospect of interest rate cuts in the latter stages of 2024. We expect we'll have the soft landing for the economy here in Australia. Earnings will be tough in the first half, but as we fast forward into the end of the year or the second half, we expect that the economy will start again to show signs of growth, and we know the share market moves 6 to 9 months ahead of the economy, so we're bullish on the outlook for 2024.
I'm feeling pretty bullish. I think the US has come to, it's at or near the end of its interest rate hiking cycle. And typically when interest rates are on hold or start going down, that will be positive for equity markets the next year. The second reason I'm feeling bullish is because there's been very, very narrow breadth in market returns in 2023. And I think in 2024, that's going to broaden out. So you have more stocks and more sectors participating in upside.
I'm bullish. Microcaps, most inefficient part of the market, been beaten up for a couple of years now. Cover the full spectrum of the economy, and this is the nursery of the next great trend, the next structural changes that are occurring. So it's always been a fantastic place to look for investments, but just given the backdrop of performance, I think the starting point's really strong into 2024.
So Ali, I'm bullish on the stock picking coming into 2024, but I'm bearish as to the level of the benchmark. You know, we saw in 2023, we saw the Mag 7 go up by 99%, but an equally weighted benchmark was only up by 6%. That's far less glamorous in terms of result. I think what you've seen is this real dispersion in value, which is the most expensive stocks versus the cheapest stocks. So looking into 2024, pay heed to valuation. We think that value dispersion will compress, and some of those tailwinds that we had around liquidity this year will actually start to reverse as well. So really bullish about the performance of that value factor coming into 2024.
Yeah, I think I'm consensus. I'm very bullish. We've had a couple of hard years, interest rates rising. So I operate mainly, or Centennial does, in small caps. So I look at the charts just to see what's possible. I think small caps could do 20-25% in the calendar year. The All Ordinaries, or the 200, the bigger caps, they've done a bit better. I think that's maybe a 10 to 15% range. So smalls to do better. They do better about once every 3 years, 4 years. We're going to get one this year.
Time
24.
in the sun.
Yep.
You've worked in markets for nearly 3 decades. You've obviously got a strong view of where the market could be going from that experience. Are you feeling bullish or bearish for the year ahead?
I think I've learned something over those 30 years, and that is that what I feel about the market isn't a very good guide.
Okay.
But I can tell you one thing though. If you look at valuations, which is what we really focus on, the market is actually very reasonably priced. Now, the market today is flat basically on the peak in 2007, 16 years ago. It's down 30% in real terms. So back then, market was expensive. Today, I think it's priced for double-digit returns for the next decade.
We're super excited about the opportunities available in the small cap industrial space. So the relative valuation between small caps and large caps is as wide as it's ever been. And we're finding some really good examples of what we think are high quality industrials in that small cap space. So the likes of ARN Media, GUD Holdings, SG Fleet, single digit PEs, low double digit PEs, and 5% plus dividend yields fully franked. Really exciting.
We're probably sitting in the middle of the pack. I know that sounds a bit boring, Jimmy, but when I look at the portfolio, valuations are kind of trading in line with their long-term averages. There've been extremes in the market the last few years where, pretty bearish in 2021 and then very positive end of last year because we'd go by valuations and we'd say our valuations are fair at the moment.
Yeah, look, I should probably disclose my biases up front. I'm usually bullish. It could be a nuclear Armageddon and I'd probably be saying, I think there's some green shoots. I would say I'm feeling optimistic. You look at the settings, valuations don't look stretched. Balance sheets look good, and I think in any given year, the thing that you can always bet on is that markets are going to be emotional and irrational at some point because they're made of people and people are emotional and irrational. So I think, just like any year, there'll be good chances to buy good businesses at good prices.
We feel quite bullish about it. It has been a consolidating year, so the return's roughly flat, but global equities are up about 20%. So it's a lagging year. It's a reverse of what happened the year prior, but we're quite optimistic going forward. Commodities have been consolidating as well, so the general commodity index is down about 10%. We think that's, sets up for a good return going forward. A lot of disruption in commodity production has occurred and those markets are tightening up, so we think we'll get good support from the commodities. And the companies themselves are all positioning themselves to grow and be more efficient at what they do.
On balance, I'm bullish. Obviously, in 2023, we've had many different curveballs, whether or not it's geopolitical risk. We've had a time when we've seen, huge hikes in interest rates. And we've had a, real concentration in terms of the rally centred on, the mega caps names. So I'm fairly bullish that we'll start to see this trickle down into sort of more mid-cap names for 2024 and, hoping for a more normal start, to the next year.
So bullish for smaller mid caps, not so bullish for larger cap names that have already rallied.
Bullish for stocks in general. I think some of the larger mega cap names have run a lot this year. And so, we should see some of that sort of trickle down as investors search for growth and position themselves for the next year.
Am I bullish or bearish? I think the year is going to be a battle of the giants in the investment return fields, which are, liquidity, rates and growth. And to be bullish or bearish, I think it's just going to be a battle between those features. So we're going to have moments of bullishness, moments of bearishness as all those three factors fight each other, because it's going to be a very, very interesting year ahead in 2024, because normally you'd have sort of one factor dominating, but it's really going to be a fight between the three factors. So it's going to be a very, very interesting year.
And if you had to back one animal, which would it be? The bull or the bear?
I think eventually the bull will win, but it's going to be a battle, a very big battle.
Could go a few rounds.
Exactly. It's going to be a long, long year.